Welcome to BJ Luxury's Lunchbag Tuesdays. This is Jana here, right? Okay, so today's live show is going to be about different types of Kelly bags, right? Okay, so you can see behind me, I've got Kelly bags of all shapes, sizes, variations, right? Okay, so I'm so excited to share about these bags with you, right? Okay, so let's get started, right? Okay, and of course the most popular ones right now would be the mini Kellys, right? Okay, so let's go. Right, okay, so I'm talking about none other than this cutie pie here. Now this is the current what do you call that, mini Kelly, right? Okay, you can see here this particular one is in black chef leather. You can see the beautiful grains on this. It's a brand new piece, right? Okay, it's a full set, of course, and this is G stamp, which is a 2026 stamp, right? Okay, and it like I mentioned, it's a full set, right? Okay, so bank transfer is Singapore dollars 37,700, right? Okay, and this is a beautiful piece, most popular right now, right? Okay, and then of course we also have a vintage mini Kelly, right? Okay, so let me just show that to you as well, right? Okay, so you can see how the mini Kelly has actually evolved, right? Okay, over the years, right? Okay, so this mini Kelly that I have here is in black box carve with gold hardware as well, right? Okay, of course the current mini Kelly model also does come with a strap, but it's detachable, right? Okay, so you have the option of hand carrying it, maybe for a more formal dinner sort of a look, right? Okay, and then you can attach the strap and then you can shoulder carry it. You can even crossbody the current mini Kelly, right? Okay, so this is the mini Kelly that most of us are familiar with, right? Okay, dimensions, right? Okay, is actually 20 cm at the base, right? Okay, but because it tapers towards the top, you actually have the top opening, which is only about 16 cm, right? Okay, and the vintage mini Kelly, right? Okay, also is 20 cm at the base, interestingly, right? Okay, but there's added height and the base is actually more it's broader, right? The other difference, of course, is the strap is shorter. You can see that, right? Okay, there's no top handle, and you can't detach the strap, so it's permanently fixed onto the vintage mini Kelly that we have here, right? Okay, so two very different styles, right? Okay, I would say that the current mini Kelly is a bit more versatile, right? Okay, definitely with the different ways that you can carry this bag, right? Now in terms of price point, this vintage mini Kelly, which is from 1987, by the way, yeah, okay, so the vintage mini Kelly black box scarf here is from 1987, right? Okay, price on this is 18,290 for purchase with bank transfer or cash, right? Okay, so all these are in Singapore dollars. BJ Luxury is situated in Singapore, at Pacific Plaza to be more exact, right? Okay, and then we've got the brand new mini Kelly as well. So this is just one color option, right? Okay, you can always check out the other mini Kellys that we have here. You can go to our website bjluxury.com, and you can see what are the different mini Kellys that we have if you are looking for them, which I know a lot of you are, right? Okay, because the mini Kelly is one of the bags that we do get asked for very, very often, right? Okay, so yes, we've got these mini Kellys to get the ball rolling for today's live show about all the different Kellys that we have in store here, right? Okay, so as you can see, right? Okay, I've got another mini Kelly in gold as well, right? Okay, this time this is in black Epsom leather. Previous was in chef leather, right? Okay, so we have quite a few mini Kellys for you to choose from right now, right? Okay, now The Kelly bag, right? Okay, so when I was walking around as usual, right, looking for what will today's or rather what's the live show going to be about, right? Okay, so when I was going around, I realized, hey, we've got lots of interesting variations to the Kelly bag, right? Okay, so it all started, right? Okay, with the Kelly, the original Kelly, right? Okay, which wasn't called a Kelly bag, by the way, right? Okay, so until 1977, so I hear, right? Okay, so before it was called the Kelly bag, Hermes used to call it the sac de pêche, right? Okay, what they did was of course the famous story about Grace Kelly using the sac de pêche, right? Okay, to have to hide her pregnant belly, right? Okay, and then everybody started calling it the Kelly bag. So from 1977 onwards, right? Okay, Hermes said, since everybody refers to it as a Kelly bag, let's just rename it officially as the Hermes Kelly, right? Okay, so that's how we got the Kelly bag, right? Okay, the term Kelly bag, right? Okay, but the bag itself has been around since the 1930s, right? Okay, so the Kelly as we know it has been around since 1930. As we know it, meaning that it is this trapezoid sort of a shape that makes it easily recognizable as the Kelly, right? Okay, now so sometimes people come in and then they are like, is it a Birkin or is this a Kelly, right? Okay, easy way, right, I would say is, well, look at the shape of the bag, and if it's got one handle, it's a Kelly. If it's a double handle, right, okay, it is a Birkin, right? Okay, so that's another way that you can differentiate it. So what I have in my hand here is a Kelly 25 Retone, right? Okay, now this is usually compared with a Cellier. So here I have, these are both Kelly 25 bags, right? Okay, and one is a Retone model which has got rounded edges, right? Okay, and the other is a Cellier model. Now this is a brand new piece, right? Okay, and the Cellier model, right? Okay, you can see it's more structured, right? Okay, and it's got angular corners that you can see, right? Okay, if I were to turn it around, right? Okay, you can see here, right? Okay, so now a lot of people ask, right? Okay, so which is the more popular Kelly bag, right? Okay, is it the Retone or is it the Cellier model, right? Okay, so every bag has its pros and cons, right? Okay, and for the Retone model, right? Okay, it's the look is softer, rounder, right? Okay, the corners sides are rounder. It's usually from a leather that is a slightly softer, like a Togo, a Clermont's leather, Swift leather, right? Okay, whereas a Cellier model, right? Okay, because of the structured look, the more formal look, right? Okay, they usually use a more what do you call that, firm leather, right? Okay, like Epsom leather, right, or box calf, right? Okay, so that's another popular leather to be used for the Kelly Cellier, right? So what then are the pros and cons of the different models here? Okay, the Retone versus the Cellier, right? Okay, now if you're looking for a bag that would hold the shape better, the Cellier, right? Okay, simply because the way it is stitched, right? Okay, as well as the leather that is used for the bag, right? Okay, so the Cellier is for those who don't like slouchy bags, right? Okay, now having said that, because the leather is more firm, right? Okay, what it means is access to your things inside the bags, right? Okay, it is not as easy to open and take stuff out or to put stuff in compared to the Retone. Okay, what do I mean by that? Right, okay, let me just show you. Right, okay, in a Retone model, right, okay, because of the way it's stitched as well as the leather, right, okay, your flap, your Kelly flap, right, okay, can move back much further so that it allows you to see what's inside your bag. Okay, you can see that the flap is able to go all the way Do you see that? Right, okay. Now, in a Cellier model, right, okay, because it's a firmer leather, right, okay, if you were to overextend the flap, what happen is you end up with creases at the back, right, okay. So you do sort of have to balance that, right, okay. So you have to be careful about how far you push your flap in a Cellier model, right, okay. Whereas in a Riton, right, okay, it's much easier to just open all the way back, okay. You don't have to worry too much about that, right, okay. So like I said, ease of use versus how the bag would actually keep its shape, right, okay. So you have to choose which is important to you, right. If you're the sort of person, right, okay, who says, I just want to use my bags, right, okay, I don't want to be fiddling too much with it, something easy to use and access, go for the Riton, right, okay. But if you're the sort of person who says, no, how my bag looks is important, right. I do want a bag that's more structured looking, right, okay. I want something that's easier to maintain, okay, because Epsom leather is actually a more durable, scratch resistant leather, right, okay. And of course the other thing is that in Epsom leather is also lighter, right, okay. So I just got the question asked as well, okay, which is more scratch resistant? Epsom leather is actually more scratch resistant, right, okay. The other thing is that Epsom is actually not a natural grain leather, right, okay. It starts off as a smooth leather and Hermes actually embosses it, right, okay. So what you end up with, right, okay, is a very look at that, okay, very even grain, very neat, right, okay. It just adds on to that very clean silhouette, right, okay. Whereas with Togo leather, right, okay, each leather can be unique. Each leather, each piece of leather from can look different, right, okay. And then Togo leather, the characteristic thing about Togo leather would be this veining that runs all the way down, right, okay. So you can see that, there you go. Okay, you can see the veins that run vertical, right, okay. That's a characteristic of Togo leather, not a flaw, right, okay. Sometimes customers do say, oh, this bag has got many flaws, it's got a lot of lines running. No, it's actually the defining characteristic of Togo leather, right, okay. So lots of information, okay, lots of options, right, okay, decisions that you have to make when you are actually shopping around for these bags, right, okay. So one of it, of course, would be the leather, right, okay. The other thing would be the size, right, okay. Whether you want a size 25, right, okay, or a size 28, right, okay. So what what size best suits you, okay, in a Kelly bag, especially in a Kelly bag, right, okay. um, you basically do need to it's best if you can try it out, okay. In my opinion, that is really important, right, okay. If you're not sure what size a Kelly bag to go for, okay. Why is this more important in a Kelly, let's say, as opposed to a Birkin, right, okay. Because you can carry the Kelly in a few different ways, like I mentioned, right, okay. You can hand carry it, right, okay. You can hand carry your Kelly bag, right. You can also shoulder carry your Kelly bag, right, okay. Now for that, because of that, right, okay, the size of the Kelly needs to be suitable for how you prefer to carry your bag, right, okay. So with a slightly bigger bag, right, okay, when you shoulder carry it with the strap that it comes with, right, okay, it can how it looks on you, right, okay, the size does matter, right, okay, because a larger bag, okay, when you go for, let's say, a 32 or 35, right, okay, a bigger bag looks better when you hand carry it, whether in the crook of your arm or whether you hold it in your hand and then you walk with it, right, okay. So when you hand carry it, it looks different as opposed to the same size being shoulder carried, right, okay. You can see that, right. So whether you decide to go with a size 25 or whether you decide to go with the next size up, which is basically the 28, right? Okay, would all depend on things like your height, your frame, right? Okay, things like that, and whether you go for a sellier or a retone, right? Okay, because even if they are both the same size, okay, in this case you can obviously see that the 28 is taller, longer compared to the 25, right? Okay, but when you compare your retone and your sellier bags, right? Okay, although they are both the same size, right? Okay, the sellier tends to look slightly bigger visually, right? Okay, because of the angular lines, so your eyes are sort of drawn outwards, right? Okay, because of that, the retone 25 actually looks smaller compared to the 25 sellier, right? Okay, but it's just a visual trick, I would say. Okay, because in terms of measurements, in terms of capacity, they are the same, right? Okay, so when we measure the height and the depth and the length and stuff like that, right? Okay, handle drop, strap drop, all that them are exactly the same, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm surprised nobody asked about the price of this Kelly 28 Sally, right? Okay, so this is a stamp from the year 2017. Again, full set, everything is there, and price is 21,900. Okay, for a black Epsom 28 Kelly 28 in what do you call that, palladium hardware, right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so before I go through the whole range of black Kellys that I do have, okay, I will shift the camera over later for you to take a look at the whole range of black Kellys that we have, right? Okay, now in the meantime, let's change it up a little, right? Okay, I've just been showing you the Kelly Sellier as well as the Retone models, right? Okay, now the Kelly bag has been so popular, like I mentioned, it's been around since the 1930s, right? Okay, now after a certain time, Hermes decided that hey, if you already have owned like 2 or 3 Kelly bags, right? Okay, and you love the Kelly model, right? Okay, let's make it a little bit more fun and let's get show you variations to the Kelly bag. So they tried to make it something special, right? Okay, so then they ended up with something like this. Okay, so this is called the Kelly letter, right? Okay, so also, so then they came up with these limited edition Kelly bags, okay, variations to the original Kelly, Hermes Kelly bags. So this is a Kelly letter. It's basically a Kelly 28, right? Okay, Sellier, right? Okay, what's special about this would be it's actually got what do you call that, leather, right? Okay, stitched together, and it is it actually spells out certain letters, like this one, right? Okay, it spells out a H, right? And this, okay, let me open it up so that you can actually see the letter there. So this has got chef leather, Epsom leather. The whole body of the Kelly letter, right? Okay, this Kelly bag is mostly Epsom. Then on the front, right? Okay, there you go. That is my letter H there. You can see, right? Okay, so this has got on the either ends of it, right? Okay, it's got chef leather, and right down the center is called Vonovillo, right? Okay, which is like a smooth leather, okay, but it's got a bit of a shine to it, right? Okay, and this is in Rouge H, right? Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, these 2 corners are capuchin, right? Okay, so you have this really lovely combination of colors and leathers, right? Okay, so it could be initial, right? Okay, the letter H, perhaps your initial, your loved one's initial, right? Okay, we've come across someone who bought a Kelly letter, right? Okay, because it was her husband's initial, right? Okay, she got that, and it you draw meaning to these bags, right? Okay, it's not just another Kelly bag, right? Okay, so to everybody wants a bag that is different, wants a bag that is something special, something unique, right? Okay, the bag needs to resonate with you, right? Okay, then you would reach out for that bag more often, right? Okay, so things like this, right? Give it, like I said, meaning, right? Okay, to that special bag that you own, right? Okay, so this one that we have here is a Kelly 28 letter, and it spells out the H, right? Okay, so we've seen the letter E, right? Okay, the H and the E are actually some of the more common letters that we do see on Kelly letter bags, right? Okay, so this one is from the year 2018. It comes with strap, clochette, lock keys, and dust bag, right? Okay, of course the main color is gold Epsom leather, right? Okay, with palladium hardware, right? Okay, so on its own itself, it is a very, very attractive combination. Okay, Kelly 28 is great for work, right? Okay, slightly, not slightly, it's a more formal looking because it's a Cellier model, like I mentioned, right? And this is now priced at 24,700, right? Okay, for the what do you call that, bank transfer price. Yeah, okay, so if you want to purchase with a credit card or use the installment plans, right? Okay, that's also possible, right? Okay, you can always reach out to us and we can give you more information about that. Like I mentioned, Singapore, BJ Luxury is situated in Singapore, so all the prices are in Singapore dollars, right? Okay, we are open daily, right? Okay, we are on Instagram, of course, on various platforms, right? Okay, we have our own website as well, okay, bjluxury.com. You can always find full details of the bags, okay, additional pictures, everything on our website as well, right? Okay, so we are very easy to find, right? Okay, very, very accessible to you, right? Okay, so do come by, take a look at what we have available, right? Okay, so I'm just showcasing some of the Kelly bags that we have with us at the moment, right? Okay, but we do have all the other models from Hermes as well, and Chanel, right? Okay, so right now, what shall I show you next? I showed you the Kelly letter, okay. All right, okay, so I was telling you about how Hermes actually wanted to make it more fun to own a Kelly bag, right? Okay, and they introduced the Kelly letter, and then more recently, right? Okay, Hermes also introduced this where they had prints on their Kelly bag, right? Okay, and this one is called a Kelly In and Out. Okay, it's basically a size 25. It's a Kelly 25. Color is nata, right? Okay, it's swift leather, right? Okay, so print on swift leather, of course, it's more beautiful because swift is a smooth leather, right? Okay, and then the print actually, right, you can see how beautiful that looks there. So it's called a Kelly In and Out. So it was their tongue-in-cheek sort of way, right? Okay, to print on the outside what they thought could be on the inside, right? Okay, so you've got like your Hermes lipstick, you've got keys, okay, house key with a clochette, okay, you have some accessories, right? Okay, you have a chain d'encre bracelet here, right? And then you've also got a coin pouch, right? So some of the things that you would typically find inside a Kelly bag, right? Okay, what they did was they printed it on the outside, right? Okay, so and you have this really pretty combination of colors, right? And in nata, the color, the main body of this Kelly 25, right? Okay, it comes in nata. Nata is actually like a milky sort of white shade. You can see there, right? And this one, right? Okay, is a used piece, right? Okay, it looks like a brand new piece, seriously speaking, right? Okay, comes with strap, clochette, lock keys, felt cloth, and 3 dust bags. And this is a used stamp, right? Okay, so it means it's produced in 2022, right? And the price on this is 28,900 Singapore dollars, right? Okay, so there you go, right? Okay, so while you have all this beautiful eye candy to look at, right? Okay, let me also at the same time tell you a little bit about BJ Luxury, right? Okay, so we've been in the industry since 2007, right? And we have experienced in-house authenticator, so we actually do what do you call that, a guarantee authenticity on all these items that are sold here at BJ Luxury, right? Okay, so just to let you know, you can shop with peace of mind, right? Okay, so now, do you know what this is? Right, okay, so this is a Kelly picnic, right? Okay, so and it's with Barinia leather. Okay, so the top here is Barinia leather. It's a Kelly picnic size 35. Okay, talk about a statement piece, right? Okay, so this is a Kelly 35 picnic, and so picnic, it refers to like their picnic baskets. It's so European, so British, I don't know. Okay, but okay, so Hermes is actually a French luxury brand, right? Okay, we all know that, right? Okay, so I think picnic baskets, right? Okay, is very very big there in summer and stuff like that. So this is modeled after that, right? Okay, you can see this is the wicker, right? Okay, weave, and then beautiful details to that. Okay, you can see the braiding, right? Okay, and then they use leather, right? Okay, for the flap. Okay, let me just open this up so that you can see. Look at that, and look at that interior weave happening there, right? Okay, this is basically like Hermes flexing its craftsmanship, right? Okay, it's so beautiful, it's so gorgeous, right? Okay, so you've got the strap there keeping it, so when you open it up you can see how it looks, right? Okay, it's basically like a basket, right? Okay, like a picnic basket, right? Okay, but using Hermes Barinia leather, modeling it after the Kelly bag. So you've got the signature, the flap, the single handle, the sangle, right? Okay, and that trapezoid shape of a Kelly, right? Lovely. So this Kelly 35, right? Okay, picnic doesn't come with a strap. Okay, it comes with a clochette, lock keys, and a dust bag, right? Okay, it's from the year 2012, right? 2012. And this is priced at 36,900, right? Okay, it's highly collectible, right? For those of you who love you know, collecting unique, right, Hermes pieces, right? Okay, this is highly collectible. Look at that workmanship, look at that beautiful leather, right? Okay, that's the base, right? Okay, so this is a Kelly picnic size 35, right? Beautiful color combination as well, right? Now if you have like I don't know how you would actually use it, right? Okay, but it's like I said, it's like a statement piece, it's like a fashion statement, right? Okay, very summery feel to it. Okay, definitely a conversation starter, right? Okay, a Kelly picnic, I would say definitely a conversation starter. Look at that. Okay, So we have those. Now, the Kelly bag it's literally a unisex bag, right? Okay, so you have got a lot of Kelly models, which the guys actually can carry, right? Okay, for example, the Kelly Messenger, right? Okay, so this is a popular model with both men and women, right? Okay, one of the Hermes popular Hermes bags, okay, for men, I would say. Of course, like the HAC, the Birkin HAC, right? Okay, or the Birkin 35, Birkin 40 itself, right? Okay, are also popular with the men, right? Okay, but it's so heavy. Okay, let's be honest. All right, okay, if you want a bag that is okay, the men, right? Okay, if you want like an everyday bag, very few people are going to be lugging a HAC around with you on a daily basis, right? Okay, so if you want to enjoy a mess bag, right? Okay, the Kelly Messenger is such a good option. It's a good size. Okay, look at that. Right, okay, men, you can use this as an everyday bag, right? Okay, it is also a great travel bag. Okay, let me just show you the rest of this. So it comes with a what do you call that, that recognizable Kelly flap and sangle, right? Okay, so it's called a Kelly Messenger. Why Messenger? Because you can cross body this, okay guys. It's got adjustable straps there, right? Okay, so this particular piece is in Itup with palladium hardware, right? Okay, and the leather is Evercolor leather, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is, right? Okay, this is a used piece, right? Okay, it's from the year 2024. It is a full set, right? Okay, and it's priced at 16,690 Singapore dollars, right? Okay, so like I said, it's called a Kelly Messenger because you can, ta-da, crossbody, right? Okay, so ladies, look, right? Okay, it sits perfectly. Okay, if you need it longer, you can. The straps are adjustable, right? Okay, but if let's say if I'm traveling, this is actually a perfect size, right? Okay, you can fit in tons of stuff in here, right? Okay, very, very generous in terms of space. Look at that, right? Okay, and you can see because it's a Kelly bag, it actually tapers towards the top. So you have this triangular sort of a side look going on, right? Okay, because it's Evercolor leather, it's really easy to open and close, access your stuff. It's got pockets on the inside, right? Okay, and look, so you can actually adjust this to a shorter length and shoulder carry it as well, right? Okay, if you prefer not to cross body this, right? Okay, and then guys, you can actually, I've seen it being carried like that. Okay, a little bit more masculine look to it, right? Okay, a bit more casual, right? Okay, definitely this is one of the more casual Kelly bags, right? Okay, the Kelly Messenger, right? So this particular piece is from the year, what year 2024, right? Okay, it's a W stamp, original receipt, felt cloth box, and 3 dust bags, right? Okay, the consignor has also given a bag insert with this, right? Okay, so you know now why it looks so beautiful. Okay, it's been very well taken care of, and you have it. This is Itup, okay, one of the classic neutral colors from Hermes, right? Okay, so the Kelly Messenger, right? Another variation to our popular Kelly bags, right? Okay, unisex, right? Okay, so guys, girls, right? Okay, perfectly suitable for both, right? Okay, very user friendly, right? Okay, it even has a pocket on the outside. Okay, look at that, right? Okay, so you can put something small in there, not too small, it might get lost in there, right? Okay, but yeah, you have an outside pocket as well available. Okay, so and very easy to match. neutral shade from Hermes, classic neutral shade, It and because it's an It you have this lovely contrast stitch going on there, right? You can see the It usually comes the contrast stitch, so just giving it a little bit more beautiful. So since we are on the topic of bags for men, right, okay, the bigger sizes of the Kelly, right, okay, also suitable for the guys, right, okay, so I showed you a size 28 earlier, okay, and here I've got a size 32, right, okay, and this is actually Evercolor leather indigo, right, okay, and this is from the year 2006, right, palladium hardware, you can see. So this bag is literally 20 years old, right, okay, Evercolor leather, and it's blue and indigo, the color with palladium hardware. This is a Kelly size 32, you can see there, right? Next to me, it doesn't look that big, I have to say, right? Okay, now let me show you compared to a size 28. Okay, now you see the difference in the size. Okay, so I've got a 28 black Sally here, Kelly, and then this is a size 32 red tone, okay, both with palladium hardware, you can see, right? Okay, so the size 32 is still doable for the ladies as well, right? And then what's the next size up from size 32? So the Kelly actually comes in 20, which is a mini Kelly, then you got 25, then you got 28, then you have the 32, and then you've got 35, right? Okay, so here I have got a Kelly 32 versus a Kelly 35 there, right? Okay, so depending on what you need your bag for, right? Okay, so the size would not only depend on the person carrying it, but also how it's going to be used, right? Okay, so like a Kelly 35, you can easily put in let's say your iPads and stuff like that, right? Okay, and even certain smaller laptops, I think you can fit it into your Kelly 35, right? Okay, and all the Kelly bags, right, okay, come with a strap, right? It is a what do you call that, how many cm is it? I think it's a 2 cm, right? Okay, Kelly leather belt, right? Okay, let me show the strap to you. This is actually the standard Kelly strap that all the Kelly bags come with, right? Okay, but there are some bags that come with a shorter, broader 5 cm woolen strap, right? And those are called Kelly Amazon, right? Okay, personally, I love Kelly Amazon bags, right? Because the shorter strap, right? Okay, when you carry and Amazon, usually they come in bigger size Kelly bags, right? And with the shorter strap, it looks very, very chic, right? Okay, very stylish when you carry a bigger Kelly bag with that woolen sangle, right? Okay, so this with this leather strap, right? Okay, that's usually in the same color as the bag, right? It is a little bit more feminine, I would say, because of the longer drop, right? But when it comes to a bigger Kelly, right, okay, with a shorter strap, when you shoulder carry a shorter, a bigger Kelly, it actually looks nicer, right? Okay, I don't know whether I'm making sense here or not, right? But if you're looking for a bigger bag, right, okay, try it on with a short woolen sangle. Okay, you can always mix and match. Those sangles are actually available at Hermes. You can buy the sangles separately and mix and match them as well, right? Okay, so that's one option. So this one here is a Kelly 35 black Togo leather with palladium hardware, right? Okay, great for the guys, some ladies as well, right? Okay, and it has got tons of space for you, right? Okay, you can see there, right? Okay, only thing I would suggest is use a bag insert when you are carrying it, right? It helps to keep the shape better, right? But also, as it is, you can see that a little bit of slouchiness actually adds to the beauty of these bigger Kelly bags. If I'm not mistaken, right, okay, Hermes meant for these leather bags to have that slouch. If you see how these bags are used, you know, you would notice that a lot of the bigger Kelly and the Birkin bags, right, okay, are just, how to say, slouching all over the place. But it adds to the character of the bag, it adds to the beauty of the bag, right, okay, and it just has got that weathered leather sort of leather behaving the way leather is meant to be. Okay, let me put it that way, right? Okay, so it actually, the bags are not, it's not a flaw, right? Okay, when you have bags that look weathered, used, right? Okay, it adds to the character and the beauty of leather bags, right? Okay, but that is not for everybody. Totally understand it, right? Okay, in that case, go for different types of more structured look. Kelly Sellier, right? Okay, opt for a different type of leather, perhaps box calf, perhaps chef leather, right? Okay, which keeps the shape better compared to say Togo or Clermont's leather, right? Okay, my voice is going bye bye. Okay, so now I showed you different sizes and kept the largest Kelly, right, okay, till now. So this is another really special limited edition Kelly. This is called a Kelly Maxi, right, okay, and this Kelly, the length at the bottom is a size 42, right, okay, size 42. How does this differ from your usual Kelly? Right, okay, you will notice that first and foremost, the handle feels different, okay, when you carry it, right, okay. The 42, right, okay, it's a slightly elongated handle, so it's sort of longer, I would say, right, okay, so it arcs more compared to, let's say, a 35 here or even a Kelly 40, which we had but got sold, right? And the other thing about the Kelly Maxi size 42, right, compared to the usual Kelly, you will notice that it has got guiders, right? Okay, usually you only get this in a Birkin, right? Okay, but do you see the guiders here, right? Okay, that's because the sangles, right? Okay, needs, how to say, the guiders to stay in place. Okay, there's no other way to put it, right? Okay, so when you put them through the guiders here, right, okay, the sangle actually stays in place, helps. All this is designed keeping in mind that this is a much larger Kelly bag, right? Okay, so that is another difference, okay, with the Kelly Maxi. Now, one more difference, the Kelly Maxi has actually got a back pocket. Right, okay, I know this is something so functional, right? Okay, sometimes I wish every Kelly bag came with this, right? Okay, but this is a big selling point for the Kelly, right? Okay, so it's got a back pocket, okay, attached to the back, okay, and so you can put in your car keys, wallet, handphone even, right, okay, into this back pocket so that you have easy access, right? And this is, like I said, one of the biggest selling points of a Kelly Maxi, which is a Kelly 42, okay? Now the other thing, okay, remember I mentioned about the woolen sangle, right, okay, so the Kelly 42 or the Kelly Maxi comes with, wait for it, adjustable, right, okay, adjustable woolen strap, right, okay, which is just perfect, right, okay, so you can, depending on your height, so this is something, the men, right, okay, it's a beautiful work bag, it's a gorgeous travel bag, right, okay, you can, and why is this sangle, it's so important, right, okay, sangle meaning the strap, okay, woolen sangle, why is it so important? The bigger the bag, of course, the heavier the bag, right, okay, and with a broader woolen strap, it sits a lot more comfortably on your shoulder, right, okay, the weight is distributed over a broader area, so it doesn't bite into your shoulders there, right, and I think it, in terms of the, how to say, the dimensions, okay, the proportions, the broader strap just works with the bigger bag, right, okay, so this one, it's but okay, it's not adjusted to my height. I would actually shorten it further, right, okay, and I would actually, okay, carry it higher up. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, so look at that. Okay, so if you were to shorten it with a bigger bag, see what I mean? Right, okay. So I love this broader woolen sangles with the bigger Kelly bags, right? So this Kelly 42, this is from the year 2025, K-stamp, right? Okay, is you are so young. And then comes with a strap, the clochette, lock keys, and 3 dust bags, right? Okay, and the price on this is 30,990, right? Okay, guys, this is a K-stamp, right? Okay, so it is literally, dare I say, pristine. Well, okay, so there are scratches on the hardware, right? Okay, so there are scratches on the hardware because the seals are off, right? Okay, but the leather itself, I would say it is in pristine condition, and it's Togo leather, right, with palladium hardware. So black with palladium hardware seems to be the in thing, okay, the combination that a lot of people are asking for nowadays, right? Okay, it's becoming, I think, the #1 combination that's requested for. It used to be gold with gold hardware, right? Okay, but now black with palladium hardware, everybody wants it, right? Okay, they want the Birkin, they want the Kelly, they want the Constance, black with palladium hardware, right? Okay, and fortunately for us, we have them, right? Okay, so if you are one of those looking for the black palladium combination, right? Okay, you know where to find us, here at BJ Luxury, right? Okay, and this Kelly 42, right? Okay, now that you know where this is, right? Okay, come and grab it, right? It's a really, really nice bag, right? Okay, it's one of my current favorites, right? Okay, I'm a sucker for big bags actually, because I lug around so many things, right? Okay, I don't think I'll be able to survive with a mini Kelly and stuff like that, right? Okay, and so bigger bags like the 32, right? Okay, is like really, really nice. And I have to say, the bigger bags seem to be coming back. We have a lot of people coming in and asking for the bigger bags, and they seem to be moving faster as well. So like the Kelly 35, the Birkin 35 and all that, right? Okay, moving pretty fast as well. Also, it is at a very attractive price point, right? Okay, the smaller bags have got bigger price tags, right? Okay, because they have been the one that most people have been asking for, so there's a really great demand for it, but slowly we do see that changing as well, right? Okay, just to share some info about what we see happening right now, right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so what other Kelly bags? Okay, I have to mention this next Kelly bag, right? Okay, this is a Kelly Dance, okay, spelled DANSE, right? Okay, this is a brand new Kelly Dance. in rose sakura swift leather, right, okay, with palladium hardware, right? So this Kelly bag, okay, again, it's got that trapezoid shape, right, okay, it's got the sangles, right, okay. What it doesn't have is the top handle, right, and the strap actually goes at the back here, right. So originally the Kelly dance was designed such that the strap is supposed to go around your waist, okay, it goes um, I think you can go around twice, depending on the size of your waist. Maybe my waist can go around once only, but if you're slimmer, you can go around twice, and then you can have this sort of like a waist pouch. That was the original design of the Kelly dance, right, okay. But then ladies, right, okay, you are super innovative, right, okay. So right now there are 5 different ways that you can carry the Kelly dance, okay. You can shoulder carry it, right. There's a way to actually put on the straps such that you can carry it as an haversack, right. You can definitely cross body this, right, okay. And so shoulder, cross body, around the waist, haversack, and what's the one more way? I forget, right, okay. But if you actually take a look at our feed, okay, you can see 5 different ways that the Kelly dance can be carried. Our model actually showed it in 5 different ways, remember. That was with a white Kelly dance. So this one here is a brand new piece in rose sakura. The newer Kelly dance, they all come in swift leather, right, okay. So this one is a K-stamp full set, and the price on this is 26,100, right, okay. This is a fun bag. I hear it's really easy to use. This one is size 22, right, okay. The baseline there's a 22 centimeters, right, okay, just let you know. Look at the base, right, okay, so you can actually fit in a decent amount of stuff in this as well, right. It is a casual fun bag, right, okay, Kelly dance. So again, this is a variation to our popular Kelly bags. Did I mention the price? 20 Singapore dollars 26,100 for a brand new Kelly dance size 22, pink, not just pink, rose sakura swift leather, right, okay, with palladium hardware, right. There you go. Now, along the same lines, right, okay, so rose sakura is actually one of the more popular pinks, right, okay, and a lot of people love the pink because it's such a pretty shade of pink, right. And we actually happen to have 3 bags in rose sakura with us right now, okay, and one of them is this Kelly HSS, right, okay. So this is a size 25 rose sakura. This is with brushed gold hardware. Okay, let me just show this to you up close. So what's the difference? Brushed gold, therefore it is not shiny yellow, right? Okay, it's sort of like a matte yellow. It's got a more refined look to it, okay? Brushed gold. So the combination, right, okay, is rose sakura with gris pearl details. So like the handle, the sangle, and the side, right, okay, is in gris pearl. So it's basically rose sakura with pearly gray combination and brushed gold, right, okay. It sounds so beautiful. And this is from the year 2017. It is a used piece. Comes with photocopy receipt, strap, clochette, lock keys, felt cloth box, and 3 dust bags. It's a full set basically, right, okay. And what do I mean by HSS? So again, the Kelly bag is a quota bag, right, okay, from Hermes. And so when you are allowed to do a special order or Hermes special order, HSS, right, many people actually opt for a Kelly bag, right? And what that means is you get to choose, right? Okay, if you want a particular color combination, you can choose the leather, you can choose the hardware, right? Okay, and that's how you end up with this what do you call that, a very very pretty combination. Okay, now I'm going to bring it up close so that you can see. Can you see? Okay, wait, one by one. Okay, you will see the horseshoe stem. There you go. Okay, do you see the horseshoe stem there? That's how we recognize that this is a special order, right? Okay, now anybody who knows Hermes, when you open up your bag to actually take your stuff and all that, right? Okay, the Hermes name is of course stamped there. Next to it would be the horseshoe, right? Okay, so anybody who glances at your bag would see the horseshoe stamp and know how special this bag is, right? Okay, so special order means it has been customized, right? Okay, and unless someone chose the exact same combination as you, right? Okay, there wouldn't be another one like it, right? Okay, and then of course, in this case, the interior is also in rose sakura, right? So it is actually more pink with just what do you call that? The details like the sangle and the handle in gris pearl, right? So so what's the difference between a HSS and let's say a bag that you actually buy off the shelf, right? Okay, your HSS, like I said, would actually be more unique, right? Okay, and then you get to choose. Usually, you'll get a bi-color, right? Okay, or two-tone sort of a Kelly bag, right? Okay, because you get to choose the combination that you want, right? Okay, so in this case, like I said, rose sakura, chef leather with gris pearl and brushed gold hardware. Okay, see how pretty that is. Okay, so let me close this up. Okay, so Kelly bag, another thing that we do get asked often, or we do observe, okay, about Kelly bag is, this is typically how you would carry your Kelly bag. Okay, now this is a Kelly 25 Sally, as you can see there. Some people find it troublesome to be, putting the sangles on. Then when you want to access your bag, you turn the lock, remove the sangles, open the flap. They say there are too many steps just to get one tissue paper out of the bag. Okay, yes, we understand, right? So that is why we observe that most people actually just put on the flap and then they use the turn lock to keep it in place. The sangles sort of relax like that, right? Okay, and that's how your Kelly bag would actually look. And when you want to use the bag, simply turn the turn lock and then you are able to open and reach into your bag for your tissue paper, right? So there you go. So the Kelly bag is not that hard to access, right? Okay, now this is how you would use the bag, right? Okay, now since I already started talking about it, your Kelly bag, how would you store your Kelly bag, right? You would notice that in order to put the sangles into your turn lock, you actually need to tighten the sangles there so that your sides sort of come together. Then you get to keep the shape. Okay, what do I mean? Okay, like that, right? Okay, so you'll see that the sides need to be together. Only then would you be able to put the sangles in place, right? Okay, so that looks lovely when you carry your bag. Okay, when you store your bags, you don't want to store your bags that way. You want to relax the leather, right? Okay, because what happens is if you store the bag all buckled up for too long, right? Okay, sometimes they do tend to stick together, right? Okay, and most often what happens is you would get these crease marks along the side, right? So to avoid all that, the best way to store your bag would actually be take it off, relax the leather, right? Okay, by the side, okay, and then you put your flap in like that, tuck it in, then your sides are sort of straight, you can see there. Oops. Okay, straight, and lay your baby down, this is the best way to store your Kelly bags, your Birkin bags as well, anything with a sangle, right? Okay, do not buckle them in, open them up, tuck in the flap and lay them, right? Okay, so you can actually put like some tissue at the top here, to sort of, what do you call that, hold the shape of the bag better, right? And that would be the best way to store your bags, your Kelly bags. Okay, so just something I wanted to share with y'all, right? Okay, but look at this pretty bag, so nice. Okay, so you can see that they have actually, the Kelly bag, right, okay, has evolved over the years, right? Okay, so some variations of the Kelly bag, right, okay, have actually been discontinued. So example, the Kelly pochette, okay, this was introduced like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and then it was very, very popular, and they sort of stopped after some time, right? Okay, and then in 2024, right, okay, end of 2024, they reintroduced the Kelly pochette, right? Okay, but the newer models, again, they only come in Swift leather or exotic leather, right? Okay, so this one that I have here, right, okay, is a brand new Kelly pochette, from 2025, case stamp, full set, right? Okay, black Swift leather with palladium hardware, right? So the Kelly pochette is one of those Kelly bags that doesn't have a strap. What it does is it's got this top handle here, so you can carry it like a normal Kelly bag like that. You can also put your fingers through and carry it as a clutch, right? Okay, so let's say cocktail hours, for example, you have the option of carrying this as a clutch, right? Okay, you can put your hand through that and carry it as a clutch like that as well, right? Okay, so again, very stylish option, right? Okay, and because of the size, right? Okay, so this is sometimes compared to a mini Kelly, right? Okay, it is sometimes compared to a mini Kelly, right? Okay, because it's a smaller bag, as you can see, right? Okay, but the mini Kelly comes with a strap, the Kelly pochette doesn't, right? Okay, the other thing, of course, is look at the base, the size of your Kelly pochette and your mini Kelly, right? Okay, because of the broader base for your Kelly pochette, you actually fit in a lot more. A long wallet would actually fit into this. Car keys, sunglasses, okay, extra pair of glasses, reading glasses, also fits into a Kelly pochette discreetly, right? Okay, so all this would fit into a Kelly pochette, but not into a mini Kelly, right? Okay, so Kelly pochettes are very, very popular. Now, I mentioned that the Kelly pochette was introduced in the 2010s sort of a range. Those, right, okay, the older Kelly pochette, they do come in Epsom leather. But keep in mind that the Kelly pochette is going to be about 13 to 16 years old, right, okay? So Epsom that is 13 to 16 years old will look a little worn usually, right? Okay, so if you prefer the newer Kelly pochette, right? Okay, you would get it in Swift leather or exotic leather, right? Okay, so the difference of the two, of course, being the price point, right? Okay, exotic leather is a completely different level, right? That's for another day, another show, right? Okay, but this Kelly pochette here, brand new piece, from 2025 is priced at 29,400. Okay, for a brand new Kelly pochette, black Swift leather with palladium hardware, full set, case stamp, right? Okay, so this was a discontinued model that has been reintroduced by Hermes, right? Okay, similarly, right? Okay, we have another Kelly model that was quite popular when it first came out. Okay, I'm talking about the So Kelly. It is still popular to today, right? Okay, we still have people coming in and asking for So Kelly bags, right? Okay, but this is a discontinued model, the So Kelly, and I don't think it's coming back soon. So this is a So Kelly size 22, the smallest of the So Kelly. 22, then it goes up to 26 and bigger, right? Okay, so this is a size 22. Color is rouge, rouge. Okay, I do not know what rouge. Okay, but it's quite a nice, it's not so bright red. Look at that, okay, with gold hardware. So this is a So Kelly 22. Again, it's a variation of the Kelly bag. Okay, you have that recognizable sangle there, but no flap, right? Okay, and the strap is a long strap. You at the moment it's doubled up, right? Okay, you can actually extend it out as well, right? Okay, and this is more like a bucket bag, the shape of the So Kelly, right? I like the fact that it's got a stable base. So your bag can actually stand on its own. Look at that. Okay, your bag can actually stand on its own. Okay, when you place it, it doesn't sort of flop over, right? Okay, and it's again nice casual travel bag, everyday bag, right? Okay, fits in a lot of stuff, including an umbrella, a book, water bottles. Okay, all that goes in effortlessly for this, right? Okay, can you see Shanice? Hi, thanks for joining me. You would like to see the Rose Sakura K25. Okay, no problem. Okay, I can show that to you again. Okay, let me just finish off with this. Yeah, okay, 1 minute. Price on this, right? Okay, this is from 2015. T-stamp, and the price is 8,900 for this So Kelly size 22. Okay, with gold hardware, Togo leather, right? Okay, Kelly 25 caught your eye, Shanice, right? Okay, yes. Now this is a HSS, like I mentioned. So it's Rose Sakura chef leather, dear, with grist pearl details, the sangles, the sides, and the handle, as well as brushed gold hardware. Right? Okay, how pretty is that? Look at the back. Okay, and this is from the year 2017. It is a full set. Everything is there. Price on this is 35,860 because it's a HSS, right? Okay, it's a Hermes special order, and it's Rose Sakura chef leather. Chef leather is actually goat skin. It's a premium leather, and it's a premium leather, and what do you call that? It ages really well. Just a second. It ages really, really well, right? Okay, so goat skin, the more you use it, okay, the natural oils come out, and what happens is it actually develops a sheen as you use it. That's why it's considered a premium leather from Hermes. Right, okay, so this is the K25 Rose Sakura that you were asking about, Shanice. Right, okay, you can see there how pretty that is. Right, okay, so I've just picked out a sampling of the different Kelly bags and sizes that we have here. Right, okay, and so if you like the Kelly 25, for example, we do have other colors and all. Right, okay, follow us. And you know, do remember to like this live as well. Okay, and you can also check out the other bags that we have on our website, bjluxury.com, right? Okay, or just contact us, right? Okay, or even better, drop by the store, say hi, okay, and then you can enjoy taking a look at all these bags that we have here. Right, okay, so you can see that the Kelly bag, right, okay, is the different models and variations, right, okay, that Hermes has put out over these years, right, okay. The basic shape and model of the Kelly bag has not changed for decades, right, okay, and that's why it makes it such a classic, such a well-loved bag. Right, okay, so I hope you liked today's live show. Okay, taking a look at all the different Kelly variations, all the beautiful Kelly bags, you know, that we have here. Right, okay, and I'll see you next week. Right, okay, with more goodies. right? Okay, so thanks for joining me and on Lunchbag Tuesday, BJ Luxury's Lunchbag Tuesday, right? Okay, I know I missed y'all as well, right? Okay, but I sort of lost my voice, and so I couldn't speak. But I'm back with all these goodies, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye bye.